kidding. And it's like 20 meters. Slide the tab down till it's even with the top of my thumbnail. Put your index finger till it's even to the top of the tab, so all three of those are on the exact same spot. Get my hook set into the string. I'll set my hand in the grip and put that little bit of tension on there so my hand can't slide up and down. And then it's pretty much the same process as anything else. Draw back, come around into my anchor, get the tip to float where I want it, and just give it that little bit of expansion to come through that shot.
You talk about Barebow float. What is the float for those who are
Yeah.
not familiar?
Does everybody know what that term means? Float? Okay. Float is if you, so can anybody here hold their bow perfectly steady? Okay. Nobody can hold their bow perfectly steady. I don't care how good of a shooter you are. There's going to be something that's called the float. What the float is, and if I booger this up, tell me. Let's pretend this is the tip of your arrow, or if you're a sight shooter, it's your sight. If we could draw back, now when we aim off the tip of the arrow, this is something I forgot. You're seeing this downrange, right? You're seeing the top of that tip. And you should be aiming right off of this point, right? So everybody doing that? You're not looking through the tip, you're aiming off the very top edge of that half a circle that you're seeing on the tip. So if we could all hold our bows perfectly steady, we'd draw back, we'd anchor, we'd aim, and this thing would just sit here like a rock. And then we could go ahead and shoot. Doesn't do that though, does it? It might be doing one of these, I talked to John Demmer about this once. We were talking on the phone one night, and we were actually talking about how different stabilizers change the flow. And most of the top barebow shooters that I know, at 18 meters, their float is going to stay inside this gold. They're gonna bounce around. It's gonna just kind of float in here like this. And maybe yours is floating out here or something like that. The worst thing that you can do, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, is try to hold that thing too steady. Try to fight that little bit of flow. I watched a video years ago. Everybody know who Jay Bars is? You know who Jay